And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on with everybody out there on the movie land? You know what I'm saying? This is we back with rated R for reviews, man. We still talking about The Last of Us. This last episode was it was slow when it as far as infected goes, but not gonna lie to you, it still was a good one. Very very emotional. We finally got some backstory, because remember in the first episode it started at a certain point, and then now this last episode we got some backstory leading up to that first episode. So very very emotional, man. I liked it. It was, even though it was a little slow when it comes down to no infected, but it was a very very good episode, man. Very very touching as well, man. And so I loved it. So we're gonna talk about that. Obviously, if you guys are new, hit the like button. Everybody should hit the like button, but if you are new, subscribe of course to the channel. And of course, a little bit about this channel is that we talk about pretty much a lot of movies, TV shows, things like that. And the great thing about this channel is, if you want to join the show, you can. Okay, just let us know, and you can join the show and talk about whatever it is that whatever topic we're talking about. You know what I mean? Um, Salute to Goat James, aka Chris, aka Let Me Cook This right quick. You feel me? Appreciate you showing up, showing some love. Goat James in the building. You feel me? Appreciate you, brother. What's happening with you, Mike? So yeah. So The Last of Us season two, man. Who wants to go first? I love this episode, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would say it wasn't the best one. I would say probably maybe top three, maybe top three.
Yeah.
But who wants to go first?
Man, I could go. I agree with you too. I think I, it being slower was one thing, but us getting Joel back, I think, makes up for that. Like
Mhm.
getting Joel, period, just felt like a breath of fresh air. I know we was talking about earlier too, like the we never got to see Joel and Ellie good. Like even in season one, they were always either Joel was still working through his stuff or Ellie was working through theirs or the world blew up. But this was that episode of like, oh, this is the thing we wanted. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, I really felt like that was still earned. Like if you watch season one, you felt like I've been waiting for this, like for a long time, to just watch them click as father daughter. And so yeah, nah, I don't know if anyone else felt like this because it was such a good, there was so much context given in this episode to so many things we already knew that I almost felt like, man, if this had been the first episode minus maybe that last conversation, that
Mhm.
might have helped the show. Because I'm like, I
Mm.
liked Ellie for the reasons she was moving in this like Ellie's kind of been bothering me lately, but seeing her with Joel completes her almost. Every time she's with Joel, I'm like, you make so much sense to me now. So, so yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a fan. I was a big fan of this episode.
Yeah. No, I think like what you said about maybe if that episode would have been at the beginning, I think that would have just helped with the frustration with Ellie because I feel like it was really confusing to be like, why is she acting that bad? Like, it was just like, why is she wilding out and like so angry at Joel and just went through this rebellion? Like, just I don't know. And I honestly, yeah, I agree. I feel like if this would have happened, if we would have knew the backstory first, I think we would have graced like her character rather than being like bothered, like just watching it all that time. So yeah, I agree. I think the order could have changed. But I am surprised though with what the reason was. Like, because this whole time I feel like everybody's been wondering like why is she this mad? And
Mhm.
like what do y'all think about I feel like I haven't wrestled with this or landed, I should say, but like I'm in this in between space of like, is that like I don't know, not a good enough reason. Obviously, it was a big deal, but it's like I don't know. I kind of thought it was gonna be something else, like on why she was that angry. Like But then I guess it kind of just does build off the fact that he lied to her twice, I guess. But I don't know. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I guess it's sufficient, but what do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I guess it is just because not only did he lie to her twice, it was that he killed Marlene and didn't tell her about it. I think that's what it was. That was
Oh
at least that was another reason.
Yeah.
And then at the end when they was standing, on the front porch, um, another reason, of course, is that she said that she felt like that was her purpose, was to die. And then, you know, I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to say she wanted to be the hero, but I mean, she kind of would have been, like, you know what I mean? Because think about it, if that whole process would have went through, and she was the cure, they first of all they would have called the cure Ellie, right? Oh, did you
Mhm.
take the Ellie shot? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, I mean that, like, and then of course, like, throughout the rest of humanity, Ellie, the name would have been just like, oh yeah, that everybody knows the Ellie name because that was the one that got humanity back on track. Like, you know what I mean? So, I
Right.
mean, I don't want to say she was thinking that, but maybe she was. You know what I mean? And like she said, you took all that away from me. You know what I mean? And so, but I like that man, that that front porch scene,
Yeah.
uh touching,
Yeah.
very, very touching, man. And I loved what he said, Joe. I love what Joe said at the end of that scene, is the same thing his father told him in the beginning of this episode when he was a
Yes.
kid back in
Hmm.
1983. And he pretty much said, like, hey, I did the best I
Maybe you'll.
can. Hopefully you do better than me when you have your own, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I love that because we hear that with so, I mean, I think every child has heard that from their parents. Like, it's always been like, with my parents, it was the same thing. It was saying, it was, oh, you didn't know how bad I had it. I'm going way lighter on you, right? And I'm doing the same thing with my kids. You don't know how bad I had it. I'm going lighter on you. And I think every generation, I think it just does that. I think the parents go lighter on their kids, and I just think that's just how it is. Anyway, I love that they did that, in the show, because that's
Mm,
real. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
maybe Ellie will find out when Dina has, because she's the quote unquote father now, right? So, you know, hey, I don't know.
Right.
right. When
I
she has to protect like the baby, if especially because I mean, who knows? Like, I just feel like a situation is gonna come up, especially if they're gonna have more seasons, like where
yeah.
given what she just went through with Joel, especially the scene they just showed, I feel like
Yeah,
when she has to protect somebody, she's gonna find herself in a situation where she needs to make a decision. Like, and does
Yeah.
she choose, like what Joel said on the porch when he said the whole thing about love? He was like, she's like, this could have been my purpose. I was supposed to die. And he's like, he cries and he's like, but I did it because I love you. It's like, how can you? And honestly, I feel Joel. I would have did the same thing. Ain't no way my kid or even someone I'm looking after and built a kind of relationship like that. There's no way I'm watching them about to unalive this person and I just sit there like, well, yeah, she's the cure. No,
yeah,
I don't think I can do that. So
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's
yeah,
what I'm
Nah,
saying.
that
I
would be
think
tough.
I would have been. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I would have did the same thing. Like, no, I'm not about to let you kill my child. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I gotta keep
regulated.
it real. Like, if she's one of the cure, man, there's gotta be another one out there. Like, you know what I mean? But you're
Right,
not about to
right,
take mine.
Yeah.
right. Like as far as what we about to do, we're gonna leave this hospital, but we gonna find another cure somewhere. Like,
Yeah. That's got to be an achievement, though. I don't, tell me if y'all have ever done this. I don't think I've ever cared about a dead person's flashback. Like in my life, I've
Right.
never cared. If someone was already gone and then you decide to show me the context of their childhood, I've never cared in my life. Joel is the first time I was ever like, hold on, tell me more. Like I know he gone,
Right.
but keep going. Like I'm
Right.
like, it's never happened. But Joe, yeah. And it was such a real relatable like situation too, where I was just like that adds a lot to like when they talk about how violent Joel is versus his brother, it's like, oh, he's been a protector. And then it's like,
Mm.
and how quick he is to pull the trigger and how loyal he is to, yeah, nah, there's a lot that I'm just like, man,
Now
wish he was still here.
I love that line that they put in there during that flashback when Joel's dad said something. I forget what he said to him, but I was thinking like this is the moment where he's gonna kind of fold and be intimidated. And Joel responded and was like, "You're not gonna do anything to him." Talking about his brother,
Yeah.
and especially once the context gets in place that oh he's been abusive, like,
Hmm.
and so for Joel to be like, "Okay, but you're not gonna touch my brother," like you're not doing anything to him, like it
Mm.
just makes sense with that type of energy that he gave, given later in life when he goes on this whole mission, he's like, I'm gonna find my brother.
Right.
Like when
Yep.
he's grown during this whole pandemic situation, it's like he really, even that dialogue between him and Tommy, when he was like, I traveled all this way for you. Remember, he felt like Tommy was kind of
Mm.
ungrateful.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hmm.
I feel like it was just cool to see that energy even way back then in his childhood.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. What's up? H Davis is in the building in the chat. I see you. We got Miss Mermaid pulled up. What's happening?
Hey, hey.
Sorry about that, guys. Hey, I really like that part, the flashback to his childhood, really, because it does show, it gives him more depth in his character, which he already had to begin with. But it shows that his dad was what, a sheriff. He was like, if it wasn't because I was a sheriff, you guys would have been arrested. But it shows that it
Mm,
doesn't matter if his dad would have been in the in a position like that, he was still going to protect his brother. And the fact, like that, you said that later in life when he was, he went on a mission to go find his brother, and he was being very ungrateful that like it seemed like he gave up on finding him. I think
Mm.
this episode I really enjoyed it because first of all, I think he's very cute. Secondly, it really showed um, how much they needed to have him on this episode because it explained a lot of what just happened on the last couple of episodes. You know, like how Ellie's relationship with Joel was. You know, that he lied to him because I didn't understand why he was pissed off at the therapist, or the therapist wanted to find out more when Ellie was found. When they hit her in the face,
Mm.
and finding out that that's when she was like, oh, he's lying to you, you promised me, you lied to me. And she wanted to find out what happened at the hospital when he killed all the fireflies. Like it was like a 180 moment of what explained why he reacted the way he reacted, why he saved her, because he really seen her like a daughter. And
Hmm.
it also makes it more
Yep.
sad that he died that way, and that's why she feels guilty and wants to pursue and do justice. You know,
Yep. I
Yeah.
yeah.
agree.
I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
puts a lot of context to Ellie too. Cause I'm like, it's for one, I was like, okay, at a certain point, even before Joel was gone, I still felt like Ellie might be overreacting a little bit. But once I got the
Mhm.
context, I'm like, she's definitely like to me, I'm like, not like there's a right answer, but I'm like, I get it. That makes sense. But also like for her to go on this rampage of revenge, I'm like, oh, the last thing she told Joel is, I don't know if I can forgive you. And the next time she sees him is getting
Yeah.
beat with a golf club. Like she's got to do something with all of that. Like she already doesn't. She just told Joel I should have died at the cure. Like so, I'm
Right.
like
Right.
she's kind of sitting
Yeah.
on like I don't want to live energy, and the
Well,
only person who gave me purpose is gone, and you
and
took him. I'm like,
and
okay,
also she didn't get the chance to try to fix that because when she
Yep.
said
yeah,
like I'll try to forgive you for it, so she never got that chance.
Oh,
They
right.
never they
Yep.
never
yeah,
they never had that chance of closure. So it's
Mm.
like you took that. So Abby basically took all that. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
in the sense of how
Yeah.
Abby felt, like you took my, like, you took my father, like you took
Yeah, you shot him in the head, you know?
whatever possible, yeah, whatever possible things in the future, you took that away. So I can understand Abby, and I can also understand, you know, Ellie's side. I
Ellie.
really, yeah, Ellie, I really enjoyed this episode because even though it was slow, but it felt like it had to be so that you could really understand a little bit more if you didn't understand like their dynamic of their relationship between each
Mhm.
other, and how, like, every birthday, you notice how Joel tried to make it like special for her.
Yeah.
Um, that was very, I was like this is crazy how, not crazy in a bad way, but crazy in a good way, how like he's like,
He's trying
he
to give
lost
those
his daughter.
milestones to her.
Yeah, he lost his daughter. So I feel like in a way he's like, I don't want to say he's living through Ellie in a way with the missing things of his daughter, but I think that's like a way for him to cope with that he lost his daughter, and like, now he can do this for somebody else.
Mm.
But I love that. I love the museum scene. Like that was just, I don't know, it was like if you, how could I say this? Like, it's such a small thing, right? Because it's like, oh, it's a abandoned museum, whatever. But like the fact that he did all that, had it all set
Her
up for her, like that was,
imagination.
yeah, imagination, right? Let her, enjoy her imagination for a minute. We're in a
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic world, zombies everywhere. Let's have a moment where you can just like be a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, so I think that was cool. And then you got to see the when she got the tattoo, and
Mm.
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
you got to see all the transitions, all the stuff that we didn't know, now we knew. And that scene with what's the husband's name, the
Tommy?
the
Oh,
guy,
no, the
Oh,
there's
no, no, the one
psychiatrist
that he
husband.
died, that he killed him, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
What is his name?
Some with a G.
Was it
Oh man.
George, Gerald,
Oh
George,
my.
Gerald?
Yeah.
George?
Oh crap.
It starts with a
Yeah,
G. Watch I be wrong.
Wow.
I don't
Mhm.
know,
Gary.
but
No.
Gary, oh,
Is it Gary?
My wife said Eugene.
Eugene?
Eugene,
Okay.
Oh,
Eugene.
there's the G.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you.
Okay.
So
Thank you. I couldn't remember either.
Yeah, I had everybody
so
guessing G names.
so with that scene, right? And when I saw him lift up his shirt, or when he showed the bite, I'm like, oh yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's
He's
cooked.
done. And at first I didn't know who he was, right?
Right.
Until they started having their conversation, and then he was like, let me get back to my wife and all that. And I see the difference between how, you know, Ellie was like trying to honor his wishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, stick your hand out, count to 10, let me see if you have the shakes, right? Oh, he doesn't have the shakes, he's got time, right? And you see that difference of, she's trying to, help him go see his wife one last time. And Joel's in the mindset of, yo, I've been through this for a long time. Like, he's gonna turn and he's gonna have to, like, and I don't want to risk your life. You're not thinking of it as your life is on the line, my life is on the line. He could turn right now and kill us, you know?
Right.
And that's how he's thinking of it. And the one part that hit home when it started feeling emotional for me is when he was like, please, can I just see my wife's face one more time? And Joel says, if you really love her, you can see her face anywhere.
Oh,
Hmm.
And he's looking out at that sunset, and he's just like, I see her. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be that episode. I started feeling it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
yeah.
a show has never made me feel like sadness especially for a character I don't even know this guy, and I'm over here sad as hell. Like, I've known this dude for years. I'm like,
You
bro,
don't
there's
even know
no
his
way.
name.
Hey, he was asking
I
for
didn't even know his name.
I didn't know his
And
name.
he's trying to find out the funeral arrangements. He wanna go.
yeah,
Yeah.
the birds fly off and everything, and I'm just like,
That was deep.
and I'm thinking to myself, this
Right.
was such beautifully done. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
just the whole way. It was an emotional roller coaster. Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm thinking, okay, I got over that, right? I'm like, okay, cool. They go back to the camp. They're dragging. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, did they bury him there? Like, are they leaving his body there? Right? Because they show the body, and he's like, And then they show him dragging the body. I'm like, okay, they're bringing the body back. Then Joel's comforting the wife, telling her this story, and I'm thinking to myself, that 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 didn't happen. But then I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's just saying that to like ease the pain, right? Like you just lost your
To give
husband,
her
like let me
comfort.
yeah, comfort. And then I'm thinking, okay, cool. This is a nice moment. Okay, this helping me cope too. I'm coping right now. And then Ellie comes out of nowhere. You lied. You looked me in my eyes and you lied. And I'm like, hey, I was shocked. I was like, yo, somebody in a TV show told the truth. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
He just
no,
like
this
threw
not
him
that.
under the bus too,
Yeah, like
Right.
threw him under the bus.
like
And I'm just
hardcore
like,
because
I
I think she
yeah.
took that personal. I think she was really
Nah.
like,
Yeah.
you
She
already
did.
lied to me, because clearly she was practicing her lines on how she was going to confront Joel already before that. It's like,
right.
and then
Yes.
I think it was one of those buildups where she just took it personal. Like,
Nah. That.
you
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
lied to me, and then you looked me dead in my eyes and lied again after I just said, "Don't kill this man. We're gonna go get the horses and bring him back to see his." It's like, and you actually like you did this twice. Like, I feel like to her, she was like, "I'm putting you on blast. Like, I'm
Yeah.
over this."
Yes.
Like, I think it was on that kind
I
of
think because
energy.
he's lied to her and he really trusted him, and so
Yes.
he broke that trust. So
Yeah.
I think that's when she threw him under the bus. I mean, I thought that was kind of shady, but at the same thing, the right thing to do, because as
Mm,
someone who lost a loved one, I would want to know exactly what happened. I wouldn't want it to be
right.
like a
I thought.
major comfort thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I knew Joel was cooked
Because
when they
then
were riding back on the
now she's
horse.
dealing with all those type of emotions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew Joel was
Sorry.
cooked when he was riding back on the horse, and Ellie kind of said, but basically he had told her, we're gonna tell her exactly what she needs to hear, and it's like,
Mm.
oh, that must have been
Mm-hmm.
what you told yourself when you lied to me. Like I
Right.
was like,
Oh
oh, she's
yeah.
definitely. But
Yeah.
it's the
Mm-hmm.
fact that like, cause for real, I hurt for Joel when she stood him up though. Like that conversation at the that night when he's like, look, lie to me again and we're done.
Hmm.
Well, did you see the fireflies? And he has to kind of shake his head. Then another question, another
Yeah.
question. By the end, he's just crying, like, did you kill this person? Did you? And it's just like, dude, he's owning everything. And it hurts. Like, it obviously hurts. And I'm just
Yeah.
Hmm.
like, yeah,
Oh
that
yeah.
was earned.
That
Like, that
was
was just
deep
a
too.
earned scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
and you know what? I thought when I watched it, and when she said that, I was like, yeah, bro, this is a lose lose situation for you, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you,
I know.
because like I said,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
Tell
was
the
like,
truth and
when
she's
I
gonna be
was
pissed.
listening, when I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, if you tell the truth, she's probably gonna just be like, yeah, f you and walk away. And if you lie, she knows you're lying, she's just gonna f you and
I
walk
know.
away. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're probably gonna be just yeah, it's lose lose, bro. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought, but she didn't. I was
Yeah.
shocked that she did say that she was gonna try to work it out, man. And now it sucks because didn't he die the very next day, right? I think that was
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that
So
was it. Next day was patrol,
Yeah.
and
That
what's
was
her
the
name
next
brought a
day.
horde of zombies. Yeah.
damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
shout out to Rundown Productions in the chat. I see you,
That she
Cuba. You know what I'm saying?
outran.
Y'all
That
make sure
she
y'all go
outran.
sub to y'all make sure y'all go sub to Rundown Productions right there, man. Cuba, yeah, man, yeah. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? But
I didn't
yeah.
realize that was the very next day. I think I didn't
Yeah.
know the timeline of like that conversation with his death. That's
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dang.
cause remember, Ellie jokes with or gets joked with Jesse about the kiss
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm,
next day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
talking about it at her house, and she's like, "Are you ready to go on patrol?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Well, I feel like the therapist now, the Home Alone mom, she makes sense now. That's the news
Yeah.
she
She
heard.
makes perfect sense now.
Because
I'm
I,
surprised she did it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was under the impression this whole time that obviously we didn't know what happened, but I was thinking this whole
Mhm.
time like she must have, because of in that session from episodes ago, it's like she must have just found out somehow that Joel was responsible for shooting her husband. It's like But we had all these different theories, like, oh well, maybe
Yeah.
he was infected, and Joel had to kill him, and
I thought maybe he was at
like
where
she's
the
being unreasonable or something like that.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh
Yeah,
no, if that's how it happened,
Yeah.
that's just
get it.
yeah. They put Joel in a tough spot too. Like I legitimately felt like because as much as from Joel's perspective, he sees someone who's infected, and he can risk taking them back however far they are away. But it's like, whose horse is he gonna ride on? It's like if he rides on Joel's back and gets a bite, he's infected. And he's
Hmm.
not gonna let him ride on his daughter's back, regardless of if
Hmm.
she's uninfected, because every time she gets a
Right.
scrape on the arm, he's ready to like find out who did it. So it's
Hmm.
like, you can't come with me because I'm going to live for sure, and she's not gonna get hurt. So I'm sorry, dog. You're gonna have to find your wife at this lake. Like I saw it. I was
Yeah.
like,
And you
dang.
know, what I just thought about right now as we're having this conversation, it makes me think about the conversation she had with the girl down in the basement. And she's like, "Oh, I
Mm.
know already."
Hmm.
Now that
oh
actually adds more weight to that because
Oh
she
yeah, she really
now,
did.
yeah, she
Yeah.
really did know the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
just like, wow.
That's true.
but she did
Yeah, because we didn't know.
but
Yeah,
the
we
the
didn't
girl
know
that
this
she was
thing.
beating up didn't know that she was a cure,
Right.
Right. Yeah.
right?
Mm.
She didn't. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
She
Yeah.
But
didn't know
she
that Ellie
knew
was the one that
why.
was the cure, the one that they rescue.
Yeah, but
Mm.
Yeah.
she knew why Joel killed all the
Yeah.
fireflies. So she
Yeah.
tried to use it as like a tactic on her to make her feel bad,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it didn't work because it's
It
like
didn't work.
And
it
she's
didn't
like,
work.
I
Yeah.
I already
know.
knew.
That
Yeah.
I'm
helps
glad. You know what?
too.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought that up too, because I got a question here. I was gonna bring this
Mhm.
up later on in the show, in our show, but I since you brought up that scene, question for everybody. At the end of the show, Ellie was walking back towards the theater. How the hell she get up out of there?
Oh,
Wait, out of
She
where?
was in
What?
she was in
out of
the
the house,
base.
out of the basement. Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
she was
she
in the
went down on
basement,
the
right?
elevator, right?
they
Yeah,
closed
she
it.
went down and then they
Yeah.
closed it. Like, so I'm like, okay, how'd you? It's,
Look,
what?
they
Maybe.
thought they figured if you didn't notice Seattle, you definitely ain't gonna notice this second floor elevator. That's what they.
She wiggled her nose and she popped out.
Um,
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, wait, how did she? Did,
Oh,
did
that
they
is
expect?
true.
Did they expect the viewers to forget where she was at in the last episode? I know where she was at.
look,
I go,
You know.
that brings us to what we
Mhm.
said, what I asked before we went live about this Sunday being the the finale. They had to get her up out of
Yeah.
there. They had
gotta
to
get her up
figure
Yeah.
out of
out
there.
something.
You know what I think it is, DJ. They were hoping that everybody's too busy tearing up and crying to
Hmm.
notice
Yeah.
that and just think when they're done drying their eyes, oh, okay, she made it out of the hospital.
Oh, she
Okay.
must have made it
Okay.
out.
Like,
Hmm.
they just
Like,
want to. Everybody want to just see something happy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
insane. Man. I was like, wait, how did
yeah.
that happen?
Honestly, there's no way you go from that whole episode so sentimental and emotional to like it gets back on the screen and she's trapped in under the
And
ground.
she's
Like
just.
it's like,
Uh,
well, god dang, we went from one heavy
Yeah.
situation to the next. Like,
I don't know. I think they just since this is a video game adaptation, I just think they turned the difficulty down this season. Like
I
they getting places so easy.
Yeah.
I'm,
You got
I'm like,
you
because
got
They're
Joel
like
was playing
easy.
on Legendary. Joel got no
Right.
man.
breaks. Joel got
yeah,
infections when he got stabbed. Like, what? Like,
yeah. Season one was definitely
like, dude, he had
great.
PTSD. He had
Yeah.
PTSD. I ain't seen
Yeah.
nobody struggle with anything like that this season.
And
Right.
Every
and
time they look
Ellie
at a map.
and Ellie just gets to have a romantic fairy tale
I
through
know.
through
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they didn't
Nobody
have
on
like
night
And she's a
watch.
dad.
yeah. They
oh
got
yeah,
a they
and
got
she's a dad. And she's a
a
dad.
And
whole
she's a dad.
yeah. They got a whole
I do like the
military
part
talking on the
where
radio, giving out positions like for fun.
Yeah, like that,
Oh
like where
man.
do they do that? Going into the theater, not checking the theater for not like. Do you even know there's zombies in there?
No,
Nope.
Didn't even
no,
They just
check.
they
Just
could go right to
chilling.
sleep.
just start
Went
playing
right to
guitar.
Right.
went right to sleep. Didn't even check no corners. No, that big old theater. You telling me they ain't no zombies? Just trying to watch a flick? You serious?
Yeah.
Man.
Like what?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I
That's
think they know.
insane.
I think they know.
And did
Yeah.
you guys didn't watch the mini trailer right after the show?
No,
Mm-mm.
I cut it off.
All
As
right,
soon
never
as I
mind. I'm
No.
saw
not
her
gonna.
walking in the rain, I
I won't say
said,
nothing.
and I saw it go black. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for next
No,
episode.
say it. Say it.
Okay.
I thought when
Yeah,
she
you
Does
walked
gotta
it show
let.
Tommy?
N-
Because I know he's supposed to be
No,
there.
no, they didn't. They didn't. It. I'm not gonna lie. It's. We all talking about how it's speed. It's speeding
Yeah.
along. Uh, I don't. I'm speculating, but when they showed Dina in the mini trailer, it looked like
Mhm.
she was having the baby already, and I'm like, hold on, it ain't been 9 months. There's no way it's
what?
been that long. Like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
hold on. There's no way. So it
Oh,
looked
Oh,
like
maybe
it,
it's a preemie.
but
It could be a preemie.
you know
I
what
don't
they're
know.
gonna do? You know what they're gonna do,
She's
DJ? They're gonna blank out the screen, right? And it's gonna say 9 months later.
Yeah,
And they're gonna hear wow, wow,
right,
wow.
right.
And that's gonna
Hey,
yeah.
lead
that's
to
the best way
season.
to do
That's
it.
gonna lead to that's gonna lead to season three, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be the
If we
start of
Oh,
still
season
Okay.
haven't found
three.
out that he's a dad.
oh,
That would
that's
be
what
so
Oh, they
anticlimactic
They
oh
had to have
that's
that
if
what
they
this
conversation
just
by
Sunday is about
now.
to be about.
oh, I
yeah.
No, they
think that's
haven't had
probably
the
the
conversation. Remember, she was
conversation.
about to
Uh,
say
No,
something and she looked at her. Dina looked at her like,
No,
don't say nothing.
yeah, no, I'm saying that Ellie's
oh,
been
okay.
gone for a while. They've been chilling in the theater. They had to have that conversation by
They
now.
had to.
That matters, yeah. I don't know. Dina can't make a good decision though. I feel bad for my man. I feel like she really will ride this out on some. It's Ellie's the father. Like,
That's
Um,
crazy. That's crazy.
oh man, I do wonder,
yeah.
like, because that'd be
What
so
kind of brings you
anticlimactic.
back, like when she was doing her? No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna
I said,
say
kind of
that,
brings it back when she was having her
oh, you
moment.
got a lag.
Hmm.
Oh
Go
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
ahead.
like a delay. It might be
It's
a
a
delay.
lag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
a
Yeah,
little
little
delay.
delay.
you got it. I'm gonna keep my fingers like
Okay.
this till you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep my fingers like
You
You know,
go.
it's funny.
You go.
Like you go now. Um, when you know how when she got her tattoo, like right at that birthday where she like starts eating it, and
Mhm.
she gets a tattoo, and then she has a girl spend the night, or like in the room, and he's like, "You're just trying to go through all your what do you say to her? Like
All the
experiences all in
phases.
one night,
All
Yeah.
teenagers.
or at the
Yeah.
end of the
like
night where she was getting
teenagers.
tattooed, and he's like, "Well, I'm 19, you know."
Yeah.
That kind of explains how she got her tattoo because remember Dina had asked her about that tattoo when on
Hmm.
top of the burn that she made. So it explained why she had burned it to cover up the
Hmm.
spite. Explained why she ended up getting the tattoo by, and then kind of the relationship that he was like you guys were saying that he was trying to give her all those milestone experience so she can actually enjoy somewhat her like childhood and those big
Yeah.
moments when they're you know that they're pretty much this apocalypse pretty much took from everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Mhm.
ahead.
And
Yeah,
then
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
notice that so that room that she lives in, that's like the garage.
Yeah.
hmm
Cause I
I thought
noticed that. I
afterwards it
was
was a
like,
girl.
okay, because I noticed that I was like, wow, she's not in the house anymore. So but I was like, now it explains. Because she
yeah,
That's
she
the
got
time. Remember, she was
older
taking out
and
her mattress. She was taking out her
yeah.
mattress. He's like, "Wait, the girl, you're gonna be cold out there, and it's not
Yeah.
even insulated." And I guess afterwards they
Oh,
conditioned it because he even said, "This is in your house," because everyone was given a house.
oh yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
I
that scene.
remember that scene.
Yeah.
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 man.
He
How?
tried to pull the old this is
This is
my
This is
house,
my
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 house.
rules, and
this is my
Ellie was
house.
like, hold
I
on.
pay the bills.
Oh,
She's like,
Hold
hold
on,
yeah.
you
on.
didn't buy this.
We're
They
You
in
didn't
the
gave
buy
this
this.
to you.
apocalypse. We're in a
They
whole
gave us
apocalypse.
this house.
Right. Like this
You-
house is given to both of us.
They were like, "Whoopi, you get a house. You get a house. We all get a house."
Yeah.
That's
nah,
funny.
that's
Yeah,
funny.
man. Yeah, that
I
was
don't know if I don't know how they're gonna land this for a season finale. Are they all just gonna talk and then go home? Like, are they just gonna decide it ain't worth it? Like, because they
Because she
definitely
still
shouldn't
hasn't
win
seen
this.
Abby. Yeah, she still hasn't
Yeah, she
gotten
well,
Abby.
shouldn't be
so
close to Ab unless she finds a minigun next episode. She is not getting through those.
uh,
Like,
if you go to where Phantom Flame, okay, Cuba's other channel, not the Rundown Productions, his gaming
Okay.
channel, Phantom Flame. If you go there, it kind of explains what happens next. Because so far the show's been following the game, and I
Yeah.
remember when Cuba was playing, they showed Ellie and Jesse in the theater, and I think Ellie walks in the theater, and Jesse is there, and Dina is on the couch sleep. You know what I'm saying? And then Jesse looks at Ellie, and then they end up walking somewhere else to let Dina sleep, and they end up having a conversation, things like that. And then it goes on and on and on. But yeah. So
They had a mad
yeah,
conversation.
Oh yeah. And then didn't
Mm.
Jesse ask Ellie, yeah, so after this or after we get through this, she's going back to Jackson, and then Ellie was
yeah,
like, yeah. So that's
yeah.
like they're gonna have that agreed upon. So then maybe that's when they'll do the 9 months later thing and then she'll have the baby.
That's what
That
I think. I
makes
think
sense.
yeah, that's when they're gonna at the end of the show. I think that's where they're gonna speed up the process, and then that's when I think they're gonna end it with Dina having the baby. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
was my
yeah,
prediction too. I thought
season
Ellie
three will
was
be
gonna
Abby's
chill out.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Abby was, or I thought Ellie was gonna,
Mm.
because Joel's mistake was he could never let go, and that actually literally got him killed. And so I think the lesson Ellie learns at the end of all of this is not to actually chase out the revenge that obviously is motivating everybody. So I'm like, maybe
Mm.
it
Hmm.
stops with her. She actually decides to take care of her family instead of ruin another one. And I could see that. That makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah,
like they just exit, abort the whole mission as a lesson learned or like a growth moment for Ellie, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Season
Well,
4 too.
Yeah.
yeah, if
I
they
don't know if there'll probably be a season 4, because I feel like if it is all about Abby next season, I mean, she has to have a really good backstory. Like I said, I never played the game, but
oh it's gonna be good.
I feel like they have to have it like this last season where she's giving birth, but we don't see the baby, so that way people can watch season 3, you know, and then kind of explain how that dynamic's going to work, and then add Abby in it. But I mean, it's run down saying that they're going to have a season 4, that they're working on season 4. Like I said, I never played the
Yes.
game, but
The
I just feel
so
like
the
there needs to be more. I don't know. You guys tell me.
yeah, so the creator of the show already confirmed that they're gonna do 4 seasons.
Hmm.
Um as far as season three should be Abby's story, just because it'll I'm not trying to like spoil it, but it would just make sense that season three's Abby story, then without spoiling it, season four will give you the closure that you're
that's
looking
what
for.
I'm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
That makes sense. So season three, yeah, all about Abby for season three, and then season four, we get the two titans of Ellie versus Abby right there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. And if it's
Yeah.
like the game, it'll piss you off.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. If it's like the
Hmm.
It's so
game,
far they've been following the game to a T, man. So
man,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's
Oh God, I'm already stressed out, and we ain't even
I
near,
know.
nowhere near season
We ain't
4.
even there yet. Yeah. We covering
man.
this in
We,
2030.
we yeah, we two what? How many years apart were the seasons so far? What, 3 years apart? 2 years
uh,
apart?
I think two, because
Jeez, oh,
I think
Yeah.
season one came out 2 years ago. Let me see. Uh,
I felt like this was all new because to catch up, I
Yeah. We had to catch up and
binge watched season 1
Yeah, the
right
bench
before
watch.
watching season two's episode 1. So
right. Yeah. Anybody else feel like they wasted the zombies this season though? Like they brought in intelligent zombies, but I feel like everything they did with them could have been accomplished with normal zombies. Like I don't feel like they
mm,
used them.
oh, I
Like
see.
the horde of intelligent zombies
yeah,
got washed out by one extra person and they just all left. Like
yeah,
I thought that was a lot of potential, but yeah.
I
I was
think
like,
I
oh, y'all
yeah.
could
think
have just saved
Will,
that.
will they be probably in season 3? You think they might use
Gotta
them
That's
in
be.
a
season 3?
Gotta be.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I
they're
hope
gonna have
so.
the yeah, they should have the big zombies too in season three.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
What's
Season
the
one came out in 2023, by the way.
Oh, okay, so two
Two
years.
years.
okay.
Yeah,
I have
So if they do another 2 years, then well, I hope it's
yeah,
just another year.
Yeah.
yeah. Right.
so
Hopefully
okay.
it's just next year.
So my question is, just given what we were just talking about with the intelligent zombies. So, based on the game, do the zombies act different? Because I've played certain games where it's like, oh, okay, there's certain things that's like easy to kill. Okay, cool. But then there's certain creatures or things where it's like, dang, that's always a challenge. Like where it's an obvious difference of when you are,
Hmm.
Well,
So I'm just
I
like the
would
regular
say
zombies
the
versus the intelligence.
I would say that the tactics are probably different on how to kill like the other zombies versus like the basic, you know, the basic biters. I
Do
like
you feel
that
like they
basic biter.
accomplished that or like in the movie in the show?
I don't know. I feel like in the show, well, if the show was like the game, you'd basically they'd have to show a respawn because with all those intelligent zombies that attacked in that storage warehouse, you're definitely dying and you're definitely respawning again just to get. Like, there's no way
That's
there's
what I was
20
wondering.
clickers.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
in
wondering.
there.
They'd
'Cause
have
I'm
to have
like,
a resp
Yeah, they'd have to have a respawn.
that
Like,
100.
they,
that's so funny too because I was watching Cuba play. Hey, Cuba man, I'm sorry, bro, but I gotta say it, man. I was watching Cuba play, man, and he got stuck on this one part, and he just kept dying and dying and dying.
Wow.
I was
Boy was
like,
on
yeah.
that.
I ain't
he
putting him
didn't
on
know what to do.
blast.
Dang. Boy was playing on that Joel difficulty, man. It's hard out there in them streets.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Legendary.
yeah.
Yeah, Cuba was getting
I
pissed
think
off. He
they.
was like, "Man, I keep dying. What the hell?" And it's funny. It was one part. It was one part where he kept dying by I think it was the like not raiders, but it was like the what the not fireflies, what's the wolves. He kept dying by the wolves
Oh,
part, right? And understandable, you know what I'm saying? Because they're actually people that's shooting at you, coming behind you and stay, okay, cool. There was another part though where he got stuck in like a warehouse and he was at the top of it and he had to get down and he didn't know how to get down. So he just kept jumping off into like 30 feet down and he kept dying. And I was like, Cuban,
Try something else.
oh my god.
he
30
couldn't
feet is
figure it out.
crazy.
He was like, maybe if I jump on this thing, he jumped up, and then all you heard was Ellie just and she just died every time.
Dang.
That's funny.
That's good.
Hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not need, we
funny.
need a gaming channel.
Look
Need
at the
some
he
games.
said that pissed me off.
That pissed me off.
Oh man.
Hey,
So that means that they're going to show more of the wolves this next season, then too. Then,
Mm.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
so
Oh
then
yeah,
that's
now
going
the
to
next
follow the
season,
game. Then,
the next season's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
oh yeah,
It's
Yeah.
gonna be lit.
I'm
I hope I
excited.
can care about
then I'm
Abby a little
excited for
more.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she has a
So does
good
that mean
crew
that we're not
around her
going to see
too.
Dina no more since she's
Oh no, you
giving
will.
birth and stuff?
You will. If it goes like the game, then you'll see Ellie and Dina and yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying not to spoil it, but yeah,
Mhm.
you'll see.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that. You'll see that. Yeah.
That'll be
Uh
interesting.
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Just
excited.
if they do it like the game, just prepare for some slow episodes.
Oh, well, we're ready for that.
Yeah.
We've been trained there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Golly.
Like
Yeah.
any notch up is a win. So at this point. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
No.
Well, I think
yeah.
that
But
Did we hit it all?
I've
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we hit it all. I think I want one thing I gotta say is I think JC already mentioned it a little bit, but the spaceship part was pretty cool. I gotta say that just because that
yeah.
was a special scene that the directors they really wanted to do that scene perfectly according to the
Mm.
game and trying to mimic it to the game. And so I had to mention that spaceship one. That was really good. So, but yeah, other than that, um, that's it, man. That was again slow episode, but it was so much emotion that went
So much
into this
information.
episode.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly that too.
Because they
So
Hey,
explained a lot, like why the therapist was wanting to get more, more feedback from Ellie when she woke up after getting hit, because when she brought
mm,
Joel back, and
Yeah.
then
yeah.
explain how she got the tattoo, and then explain how why she's really wanting to seek revenge, because
Hmm.
he ended up finding out that, he lied to her. And he's like, okay, I know how you lie. You lied to me twice. So I know your phrase that you do when you lie. So then that's when she started, interrogating him about, at the hospital. So we
Yeah.
found out a lot of stuff that really helped piece a lot of things together or make sense for us at
Mhm.
least.
Yeah, they explained a lot too. Yeah, that's true. A lot of emotion and a lot of information that got brought to us that we were all confused about watching after watching the first episode. So yeah, it was great. Can't wait for the last one, the last episode, season finale coming out
Yeah.
this Sunday, man. Can't wait for it.
See what
So
they do with it.
yeah, it's gonna be great, man. But anyways,
Memorial
any
weekend.
anybody got any last words before we close it down?
Shoot.
I'm
Let's
gonna
see.
say this: if anybody ever tells you to go somewhere, right? Oh, go get the horses and bring them back down. They lied to you because I just thought about it. Right? I just thought about it. Joel could have just took Eugene with them to the horses. You know what I'm saying? Could have just walked them. You know what I'm saying? Walked them to the horses, tie him up like how they tied him up when he was dead. They could have just tied him up the same way, throw him on the back of that horse, and get to going.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he had to tell her the whole "I promise," which was the lie, but like the "I promise" thing to get her to go do it.
Mhm.
Because I know Ellie was probably thinking, "Man, you want me to go get these horses because you gonna kill him?
Mm,
There ain't no way."
Honestly, honestly, I just agree because the logic, the math ain't mathing because it's like, okay, if you're agreeing to taking this man however long the hike is back to the camp, then
Right,
you must be convinced that he's not going to turn in that time frame because you're agreeing to
right,
this, which means why can't he just walk with us to go get these horses?
right.
mm,
Mhm.
So agreed. That's fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Yeah, just wanted to leave
Yep.
that there
Yeah.
because I just thought about that.
In
Agreed.
Like,
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
hold up.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
One did they ever say? Or maybe I forgot. Maybe, did they ever say how long it takes for a person to change into the infected?
Mm, I don't think so.
There
Oh,
was
Um,
No,
one
I don't think
comment.
they did, but I know there were signs.
Hmm.
because the
I
kid is the fastest we've seen. The black kid who Ellie thought she could rub
Oh
blood
yeah,
on, but
yeah.
that was like overnight, so that's a couple
Overnight.
hours maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
I
yeah,
remember
I
there
don't.
being one comment made, and I can't. It's almost like I can hear the comment, but I can't hear it all the way. I'm trying to pinpoint if that was
so
season 1 or 2, but somebody said something about like them
Ooh.
having time, or they don't. They have
The
until.
closer to the head, the quicker.
Hmm. Okay.
That makes sense if it's
so
Oh,
in the
it
brain.
says within a few hours to 2 days after exposure.
Hmm.
Okay.
uh, hmm.
So I guess the closer to the head, you only got a few hours, but if it's at your ankles, then you probably got a
Well, he
couple
was
days.
bit on his stomach, so he had at least half the time, right?
Well, it
Yeah,
was
like
it
Yeah.
was near
really.
it was
Yeah.
near his chest. It wasn't like
You
near his
you willing
heart.
to bet your life on that logic? About
No,
divide by
no.
Not
two,
really.
divide by he could do a horseback ride.
Yeah, he could do
Right.
worse like that.
No, I would have told him. I would have if look. I would have told him you got to keep. We're gonna be on the horses. You go and walk. You want to see your wife, so he's coming. It's not like they're trying to babysit him from running away. So they don't need to be close to the man. I would have been like, you need to
Right.
walk way in front of us, and we'll shout to
Right.
you like, "Yep, make a left or go right."
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
about to
that's what
be
it
way up
said.
there, and we're gonna have you count to 10 every like 15 minutes. Like
Right.
Or just
so.
have him hold his hands up. So if he starts shaking, you know what time it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if it's like a
Exactly.
4-hour hike, you're gonna be
Right.
tired. I'm not gonna keep my hands up that long, especially
Like I'm
after someone
I,
shaking
chewed
because
me right in my rib.
yeah,
I'm
I would
tired.
have told him. I would
Right.
have told him you want to
I'll
see
be
your
like,
wife, right?
dirty.
It's like you literally make him walk the whole way with his hand out, and his hand starts shaking. He like, nope, why your
Yeah.
hand shaking? He's like, because it's been out for like 2 hours. Like we've been
Right.
walking.
You can't you
I,
can't do
well,
this.
Joe would have been like, nope, I'm about to
No.
shoot him.
Yeah.
He would have found any reason to do that.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
that was
man.
a good addition. Good point.
I think he could have at least asked Eugene, like, what do you want to tell your wife? I think he did ask him that.
Yeah, he
And I
did.
think it was
Yeah, he
more
did.
so what he wanted to hear from his wife, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Isn't
wanted
that
to
what he
hear his
said?
wife. Yeah, yeah, he wanted to hear
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
wife.
He said, "I need
That was
her
so
last word."
romantic.
That's what he said.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that
Which
was
is
deep.
real.
That was
Yeah.
yeah.
deep.
That was deep though,
Yeah, I
man.
felt bad for him. He was so sad. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was a deep scene, and I like what JC said. How they did it too. They didn't even you didn't even hear the gunshot. They just
Yeah,
zoomed back out and saw the birds, and I was confused when I
Mhm.
saw it. I was like, wait, did he shoot him?
Right.
Yeah, he shot his
Yeah.
ass. Crazy, but but yeah.
and
So
it's
go
just
ahead.
crazy to me how Joel said that he did it to himself, and it's like, well, if they take that sheet off, they gonna see he did not do
Yes.
that. They gonna see
Yeah,
the
that's what I
bullet
was
in the
gonna
back of
say.
his head.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah,
Yeah,
add.
Joel's
and
story
and
was
and
not gonna stand.
hell no. And then it was a shotgun, bro. How did he do the shotgun to his head? Like, come on, bro. How the hell he pull a trigger from a shotgun from the back of his head like this? Nah, that's not happening, man. Yeah, you caught. You caught, bro. You caught. Yeah, so
Oh, man.
crazy work. But yeah, man, so anyway, that's it for us. We're gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and shut him down. Appreciate everybody joining us on Rated R for reviews here. This is what we do over here. We go live and talk about shows. We're gonna obviously talk about the season finale and The Last of Us. And then we're gonna find another show that we're gonna talk about. And we're gonna go live for that. And yeah, good episode today.
That's just
Everybody join us. Hit the like button. Subscribe, of course, if
Good
you're new.
episode.
And that's it. Peace out.
All right.
peace.